everyone, it's Kay. Welcome to my build guide for the Minion Army Necromancer. This build is designed for a fresh league start. It's completely made from rare items that you can pick up or craft yourself. So you can even use the build in solo self-found. With this build, you will use a small army of minions for dealing damage as well as protecting yourself from incoming hits. The gear, gems and passive skill tree are balanced towards survivability, so you can focus on staying alive and leveling up. As you get more currency during the league, you can easily transition to one of my endgame builds. In this guide, I will talk about how the build works, how to play the build, how to summon specters, the passives Ascendancy and Pantheon, and gear including gems and links. The Minion Army Necromancer uses minions to do all the hard work. Your specters are the main damage dealers. The skeletons give you extra DPS against tough monsters and bosses. And the zombies and golem are your bodyguards. For the specter, I recommend using the Frost Auto Scout. It's a great all-round specter with good damage and survivability. The build has several defensive features. Mid-shield minions, a big life pool, a good amount of block and life recovery on block, and taunt, blind, and hinder from your minions. As you run through the map, cast skeletons on monster packs. If you find a tough monster, cast Armor Brand to decrease the monster's resistance. Use Flame Dash to get out of danger or to jump over obstacles. Auto cast Bone Armor by setting it to left mouse button. When you fight the boss, pre-cast Armor Brand before engaging it. Also cast Predator to focus fire your specters. You can also cast Vow Summon Skeletons if you have it.
Stretches the sanctity of the mind.
To get the Frost Auto Scout Spectre, open a heist repository or Tono's contract. Enter the heist and stay at the starting area. Take off your wand if you have the trigger craft and put the secret in another socket. Take out Spell Echo from the Raise Spectre gem links. Put Raise Spectre on your cast bar. Cast Desecrate. The corpses are invisible here, but you can still raise them. Move your mouse over the area while holding the corpse target key. Then cast Raise Spectre when you find a Frost Auto Scout. Now that you have one Spectre, you can spawn more corpses and finish raising the rest of your Spectre team. I recommend using a Spectre bank to store the Frost Auto Scout so you don't need to do this again. You can find a link to the guide at the top right. Here is the passive tree for the build. Note that Ravenous Horde is anointed on Amulet. There are several jewel sockets that you can use for ghastly eye jewels. The most important modes are Life, Taunt, and Blind. Hinder is also useful. For the ascendancies, Unnatural Strength is the most important because the extra levels give all your minions more damage and more life. The Ray Spectre gem also gives extra specters at higher gem levels. Bone Barrier increases your defenses as well as making your minions tankier. And Mistress of Sacrifice applies your offering skills to your Necro, so Bone Offering will give you extra block chance and life recovery. For the Pantheon, I like to use Lunaris and Shakari. Here's an overview of the gear including gems and links. Overall, the priority is to get the highest life mode on all items. After that, make sure your elemental res is 75% and get as much chaos res as possible. And then look for these important mods. For the helmet, look for or craft +2 or +3 to minion gem level. The gems are Vow Summon Skeletons, Minion Damage, Multi-Strike, and Melee Physical Damage. For the body armor, you can start with a basic 6 link and then upgrade to a +1 Spectre armor. It's a drop-only item from Delve and it comes from the special encounter that says contains minion or aura items. I recommend crafting increased maximum life and mana. For Frost Auto Scout, the gems are Ray Spectre, Spherical, Minion Damage, Predator, Elemental Focus, and Hypothermia. For more map clearing speed, you can swap Hypothermia to greater multiple projectiles. For the gloves, you can craft minion damage or resistances if you need them. The gems are Raise Zombie, Summon Stone Golem, Meat Shield, and Elemental Army. For the boots, try to get 25 or 30% movement speed so you can move faster. The gem links are Hatred, Generosity, Skitterbots, and Convocation. Your weapon should have Trigger a Socketed spell. You can add the mod with the crafting bench or unveil the mod from Syndicate Loot. Your trigger weapon will auto cast the socketed gems, which are Desecrate, Bone Offering, and Tempest Shield. For your shield, look for Warlord or Shaper Influence to get special mode Recover Life when blocked. The gems are Armor Brand, Hex Touch, and Frostbite. For the amulets, I recommend using a Citrine or Jade amulet to get enough dex to use the green gems. If you still need more, anoint your amulet with 3 clear ores to get +30 dex. A big upgrade is +1 to all int gems with Hunter influence. This will help you get Ray Spectre gem level 25 for an extra Spectre. The anointment is Ravenous Horde using 1 Verdant and 2 Opalescent oils. For rings, use a Vermilion or Coral ring and 1 Unset ring. In the Unset ring, socket Flame Dash. For the belt, use a Stygian Vice to socket a Ghastly Eye Jewel for extra life and minion mods. You can also use a leather belt. Lastly, flasks are Life with Staunching for blade removal, Granites in Vessel for extra armor, Quicksilver for speed boost, and Coats for phasing and dodge. The POB paste bin has leveling trees, and you can also watch the complete Act 1 to 10 leveling guide by clicking on the link at the top right. There is also a detailed walkthrough on the forum guide. with thanks to my patrons for your support. Here's a list of absolute legends, and there are more patrons in the other DN. Okay, hope you enjoyed this build guide. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching, bye!